Hey guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead. So tonight, for our favorites, we're going to make old-fashioned scalloped potatoes with pork chops. I do have a couple more pork chops that I'm just going to fry up to go with it. If we don't eat them tonight, then we'll use them for breakfast or something another day. So, let's start out by putting salt and pepper on them. And these ones we don't want to fry all the way through. We're basically just browning them up. The other ones that I do, I will be cooking all the way through. Because I don't want to refreeze something that's already been frozen. Yeah, I could get out my KitchenAid and I could slice these up. But, you know what? I'm just going to slice it up on my own. So you want to slice your potatoes, and while you're slicing them, you don't want to go too deep, because if you make them too deep or too thick, they're going to take forever to cook. And I hope this oven is different. My other one, boy, I'll tell you what, it takes forever for my potatoes to bake. It used to be a little bit frustrating, actually. I know you guys like to watch me prep, but I don't think you need to watch me slice up potatoes. So let me get this one sliced up. I don't know if I'll need more or not. If I do, I can always slice up more. And I'm not peeling these ones because these are my yellow potatoes. So I never peel those. Alrighty, let me get these peeled up. Or chopped. My brain's not working. Sliced up. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is dice up some onion. We don't need them super, super small. But we don't want huge, great big chunks either. So we're going to get that diced up. Don't need that in there. Look at that. Telling you. These veggies are not lasting as long as they used to. I mean, the potatoes were starting to sprout too. Alrighty. We'll do this one, and if we have too many potatoes and onions, then you know what? We can always fry them up. And fry them up with the other pork chop. Time to have breakfast. I see down south a lot of times they have the pork chops for breakfast. I don't think I've ever had one for breakfast though. It doesn't mean I couldn't. But I have seen it on, I think it's been down south. Maybe it was out west. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe they have it around here. I just haven't seen it. Who knows? I want to thank everybody for getting out and vote. It was nice to actually see an election called before 3 days. I don't know about you guys, but when I was younger, I remember, like, we knew the same night. I don't know what happened to that. And I don't care how people voted. I'm just glad they got out and voted. We should always be heard. Always and always. No matter what side of the aisle you're on, or who you're voting for, your vote counts. And you're important too. So Don't ever let anybody tell you, because you're one side or the other, that, you know, don't let them harass you. You just vote with your conscience and your beliefs. And hopefully your candidate wins. You know what I mean? No matter who it is. Alright. But thanks for getting out and voting, because I think it's important. Alright, let me grab a spoon. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so the first thing that we want to do is take our potatoes and layer them at the bottom. I used to love when my mom would make this, because back in the day I loved pork chops. Not as much now, but boy, back then I did. I mean, I don't hate them now either, but it was like that, you know what I mean, like that special treat. Oh, we're going to have scalloped potatoes, and like she always used bone-in ones, which I do have one bone-in over here, but I prefer the boneless now. Maybe that's what it is. I still love it, but I like the boneless. And then we're going to take some onion and put over top of that. Then we're going to take our flour and we're going to sprinkle it over top of that. And then we want to salt and pepper it. I bet a good number of Sundays this was the dinner. I don't know if pork was just more expensive back then, but it wasn't something we had very often. Or maybe it's just because it was so time consuming, maybe. I'm not sure. A lot of times on Sundays, after we moved here from living up north, my mom would just make Johnny cake on Sundays, which was basically yellow cornmeal with, we'd have milk and sugar with it. And then we're going to do more onions. And more flour. I have my big thing of flour, but I leave this old, it's an old olive container, and I just keep flour in there, and then I have a sugar one and a brown sugar one. So I don't have to pull out the great big ones if it's just for something small like this. Flip these. Alrighty. I'm going to finish layering this and then I'll be back. Believe it or not, I used up all the potatoes and the onions. It's going to be a little bit more oniony than usual, but that works out fine. So none of that left over. So now you're going to take your milk. And a lot of people will cover them to the top. I don't do that because I like I don't want them dry, but I don't want them soupy either, if that makes sense. Just make sure every corner's got some in there. Alrighty. Then we're going to take those pork chops and we're going to put on top. Included the one boned one. I think they should all fit on there. Because Jack will be here for dinner as usual. And then we like to have enough for Tom's lunch the next day as well. So then we're going to cock them really good. And I always say look forward to at least an hour when you're cooking this, because it does take quite a while with the potatoes and with your pork chops. And I've got my oven set at 375. Now what I do usually is about 3/4 of the way through, I take the top off, and that way the meat can brown and so can the potatoes. And I figured I'd cook these two up that I didn't need on top. And if the guys don't eat them tonight, then I'll cut the pieces up and we'll use them in something else. So, no waste. We always figure out a way not to waste food, because wasting food is not a good idea. So I hope you've enjoyed so far our week of our favorites. Tomorrow's my birthday, so we're going to do one of my favorites. Not my alternate favorite, but my favorite. And it should be fun. And then I'm also going to do my Thankful Thursday tomorrow. And I'll be doing a canning video tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be busy. But everybody I know will be at work, so that's okay. I'll spend it with you guys. So I'll be back when this is done, and we'll see how it turns out. Alright, there's after an hour. The potatoes are almost done. And I've initiated my stove. There's been drippings. So I guess I'll be cleaning my new stove tonight after dinner. Now, how's that looking? So now I just want it to get a little bit more so that the moisture is gone and it browns up a little bit. So there we go. It's done. Now I'm just going to leave it in the oven. The oven is off. And then when Tom gets home, we'll pull it out and we'll have dinner, and I will start the cleaning. Look at that, on my brand new stove. I guess I'm just initiating it very well. So I'm going to steal some of those potatoes to pack up Tom's lunch for tomorrow, and we'll do a taste test as soon as he walks through the door. Well, hi Tom.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm just wonderful.
Wonderful. One of our favorites. Look at that.
Pork steak and scalloped potato.
I know it. The old-fashioned kind, too. And I already cut your meat up and everything for tomorrow's lunch.
I see that.
Just like his meat doesn't get cut up like that on its own. I do it.
I worked real hard at this when I got here.
Yeah, you sat down. I told everybody earlier, and I'm sure you agree, thanks for voting, no matter which way you voted. It's nice to see people get out and do their due diligence. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yep. Vote your conscience. That's what I always say.
Yep, that's right. Doesn't matter how you do it, just do it. What do you think, Jack?
Potatoes are good.
Potatoes are good. You started with a potato?
Well, I didn't cut his meat up. He's not my hubby. So what's tomorrow, Tom?
Thursday, your birthday.
Just checking, make sure you didn't forget.
Happy birthday to you.
Not today, not today. All right, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed our favorites week. Tomorrow, like I say, is going to be one of my favoritest. It'll be amazing. You guys have a blessed day. Be a blessing. Bye, Tom.
Bye, Tom.
Bye, Jack.
Bye.